Okay. We have a job to finish today. I can imagine we don't finish this up today. There's not a ton left. Honestly, I think this part here up under the upside down here is going to be the hard part. Yeah. How's everybody doing on a Monday? I don't know what day this episode's going up on YouTube, but it's being made on a Monday. You know what? Let me wait, they gave me two. Oh, okay. One is small enough to fit under and the other slightly taller. Okay. Well, let me get started here. It's as good a place as any. Sometimes on a big job, whether it be IRL or in a game like this, I have that, what do they call it? I don't know what it's called, but that paralysis you get where it's hard to get started because you know it's going to be such a daunting task. And it's really not that hard of a task. Not really that taxing of a situation. Just for whatever reason, my brain makes it out to be more than it is. I don't know why. You know what I experience a lot? Is separation between my brain and my brain. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I'll explain. So a lot of times I'll feel a certain way. I'll either feel anxious or scared or happy or what. I'll feel one of the many emotions that we can feel. And then my brain will be completely separated from that. I think that's just natural. I think everybody's like that. I'm not saying I'm special. Far from it. I'm saying it's very common. But yeah, let's say you're anxious about something, but you know there's nothing to be anxious about. Why do our brains do that? Very annoying. Very annoying. Okay, let me move this contraption to right child. Perfect. Now I can reach. Good morning. Honestly, I didn't expect anybody to be in chat this early in the day. How's it going? How you doing? I'm still maintaining my daytime sleep routine or nighttime sleep routine and being up days. Like I said, that's a permanent shift for me. I just got to really work at it and make sure it stays permanent, you know. That's why I'm streaming at such early hours lately. Feeling great, eh? Well, that is great to hear. Hate when one of us or all of us are feeling like crap. I tell you what, too, we need a break. We need a break from feeling like crap all the time. You know what I mean? It's been constant for so long. We need some good happy days. I have been working on this new thing to where I tell myself to just like think positively and try to override the negative thoughts that creep in. I've been forcing it, hoping that if I force it enough, it'll kind of become second nature and real. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try. Oh, yeah, it is very chilly outside. I'm kind of hoping I don't have to go out today, but I don't know yet. I had to see what else going on. Okay, I can't reach from here. You got to visit an old friend last week. I tell you what, I don't know what happened, but for some reason I just shut the shit down. I shut down completely. I have not been social for a long time now. One day it's like a switch just flipped in my brain, and I was like, I need to be alone for a while. Now, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. One. Like I'm from New York. Okay. I think that might be all I can get from here. Yeah, I gotta move down. Down, down. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't even know that was a light. It was so cankered. Wow. Hold up. How come the post is the post going to be considered like one long part, or that post might be considered part of the whole banister? If that's the case, I'll have to just wait until the whole thing is done. Damn, that sounds so intense when I set that down. I'm too far away. You got a phone call immediately, huh? It happens. Oh, yeah. Keyboard to right here. Yeah. That way I don't have to reach super far. Okay. I'm going to have to move this one more time. Well, I'm going to have to move it a lot. I don't know what I'm talking about. One more time. So that I can reach these stubborn little pieces right here. Really? Where? Where's there more? Where's there more? Whee! Oh, the whole top side still needs to be done. Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay, let me see. Oh, yep. I see a lot of dirt right here. You get it from the side. Oh, wow. That's a lot to have missed. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Someone you used to talk to, or we used to talk to. Yeah, I obviously I won't talk about it here, but it's funny. Thomas sent me a message the other day and asked me if I still spoke to them. I said no. I blocked them on everything years ago and haven't spoken to them since. This job's kind of tricky. Let me see. I could probably get that spot there if I walked them over. No. Yeah, I made that decision a handful of years ago. I said, look, I'm approaching 40 in a few years, and I'm too old for this kind of like nonsensical high school drama stuff. So I just blocked and moved on with my life. And I'm very fortunate, and I guess that comes with being a small YouTuber that nobody knows exists. But I've been very fortunate that I haven't had anybody come into the Discord or into like my comments on YouTube or Instagram or whatever and cause trouble. Um, the only person really that causes trouble in my Discord is me. And really at this point, the only trouble that I honestly cause is my wishy-washy back and forth on ideas. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you not think it's a good idea? I'll add a section, delete a section, add a section, delete a section. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm real bad about that. I put my foot down with myself though and said, you're not doing this anymore. Just leave it there. It's not hurting anything, Eric. So, I made that section. I honestly made that section a handful of times over the years, like the little community section. But then I always get pissy because nobody uses it. And I'm like, well, fine. If you don't use it, I delete it because I'm a real bitch. But I'm finally getting over that. I'm finally getting past that. It took a lot of blessing myself out, and just really having to yell at myself and get on to myself. But now we have the little community section, and it either, it'll get used or it won't get used. But it's there. I've kind of had to force myself to come to the realization that when it comes to the streaming stuff, I'm pretty much going to be on my own from now on because not everybody wants to stream. Not everybody likes it. And honestly, I've gotten to a point where I think I have more fun doing it by myself anyway. It's Tyler joined me on streaming like maybe after I'd been doing YouTube for a year, maybe not even a year. And I think we started with Mario Kart Double Dash, and we made an episode out of it. I don't think I might not have even been streaming at that point. And over the years, Tyler and I played mini games together on stream, but it's finally coming to a head where I think Tyler's gonna start taking more of a back seat. And like when we work on stuff together, it's going to be stuff that's pre-recorded and not necessarily streamed. Because again, he just doesn't give a shit about, which is fine. That's not a character flaw. That'd be like me getting mad because somebody doesn't like, I don't know, a certain brand of potato chip or something. You know, that would be dumb of me. But as far as like playing together, we now have that section in the Discord where people can make plans and play stuff. But I will say, don't hold your breath now. Because getting people to commit to stuff and do stuff is like pulling teeth. And it's not just my server either. This is everybody everywhere is having this problem. There's been a huge shift in just how people do things. Like the technology has changed, it's evolved, and video games have kind of turned into more of a single player experience. They've kind of abandoned multiplayer more or less. You have your notable exceptions, but for the most part, most games that come out are focused heavily on just, you know, single player experiences. So our problem is we don't have enough people. Like a lot of the games that I want to play, we don't have enough people. It could be anything from like Mario Kart, Mario Party. And Mario Party requires 4 people, 3 not including myself. And then you get into other things like Lethal Company, Repo, Peak, all those like streamer games. And you need more than just one other person there. But I don't have enough people. Because not everybody works at different times. Everybody's asleep at different times, and or they just live in different time zones even. So it can be hard, you know. It can be difficult. A lot of times too, I will get really depressed about it because it's, you know, because it'll start with trying to plan stuff and being really happy and enthused that we're going to do something. And then it'll devolve into this frustration of like trying to make sure everybody can be around at the same time. And then it goes from that to being like, well, we're not going to be able to do it after all. Or we can do it, but we'll have to do it with 1 or 2 less people than we wanted. And then later, it'll spiral in my head to like, you know, Eric, this is pretty sad. You don't have any friends IRL, let alone online, you know? Yeah, you got a couple, but you don't have a lot. You don't have the normal amount that normal people have. And that's the mistake my brain makes right there. It starts comparing me to supposed other people. And then it just spirals from there into depression. And it's like, you know, it goes from being an online thing to being an IRL thing. It reminds me of where I'm at in life, or where I'm not at in life, I should say. And it'll make me sad for like a week. So if anybody ever wanted an insight into how my brain works, or why I do the things I do in the Discord with the deleting and the putting back and the deleting and the putting back, it usually stems from like depression. You know. I get excited to do stuff and then it doesn't happen. And then I'm like, well, fuck it. Well, these banisters are tricky. I'm just going to put you here to move you out of my way. Oh, it left a ladder-shaped spot of dirt. That's hilarious. Okay. Shit. I was making real progress. But I noticed all of this. Wait a minute. Bitch. You're going to let me watch the whole thing, damn it. Around to this side. It will not let me watch the whole thing. All right. You do you. Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Hmm. Damn it. Yeah, I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. I played with controller for all of 2 seconds and realized it's impossible. You have to do mouse and keyboard, which I never ever play with mouse and keyboard. I am a staunch controller guy. So this was a whole learning curve for me. You know? And I still have. I'm working on building the muscle memory for it, but the muscle memory just isn't there because I've spent decades just gaming with my thumbs. So doing multiple fingers is it's rough, it's tough. But I'm making it work. I'm making it work. Not the bird poop. Not the bird poop. It's very dangerous up here. I hope I don't fall. Yeah, I fell. Well, at least I don't get hurt. There's no motion controls for the second one on Switch. Yeah, I gotta imagine playing this on console is weird. I don't know that I could. We passed 60% complete though. Not bad. $5%. See you hiding in there, Dirt. Let's see. We're still a little bit here. That's a tricky spot, let me tell you. We need to get started on Stardew Valley. We got started on it, and then I rage quit. I'm kind of forcing myself with Stardew Valley because I'm kind of thinking the same thing that happened with Minecraft might happen with Stardew Valley if I just give it enough of a chance. But I don't know if that's the case. I'm kind of thinking it's not the case. See, with Minecraft, it was just being obstinate for so many years. It was like I didn't like how popular Minecraft had become, and I was tired of hearing about it every time I turned around, and it became so popular. It honestly became almost, if not the most popular game of all time, honestly. And it took attention away from like the games and franchises that I love, and that always bothered me. Again, because of the obstinance, defiance disorder thingy. Um, but here we are, like what, 15, almost 20 years later, out from Minecraft. And I sat down and I gave it a shot, and by God, I love it. Um, I still don't like the endless like YouTube videos and Twitch streams of people and all their mods and stuff. No, I don't care to look at any of that stuff, but I like Minecraft in a vacuum. I don't like Tyler in a way. He says he doesn't like the mods. He just likes vanilla Minecraft as is. And I totally get it because I'm kind of the same way. Um, I don't really want to play all, like, I don't want to play Minecraft Roblox edition. You know what I mean? Where it's a game inside a game. I'm not interested in doing all that, but it's really great. And I want that same thing to happen with Stardew and other games, you know. Might not like them at first, but I want them to grow on me. I want to really give them a chance. But I don't think that's going to happen with Stardew, but I'll try. I bought the damn thing twice. I bought it on Steam and Switch. I might as well make use of it. I didn't even notice that waterfall over there. That's cool. I bet we can't even walk over to it either. We'll try here in a bit. Ping, 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 ping. And that can be kind of hard to get in there and see all the nooks and crannies. Again, I cannot iterate this enough. Do not do this IRL. Do not build a structure up against a tree like this. Oh, did the stream dip out? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Probably the weather. I tried to play Mario Kart online the last 2 nights before bed. It kept saying communication error. It would not let me play online. So we're probably gonna have to wait till everything's cleaned up. Because like even though you and I aren't affected here where we live, it's the internet. You know, it requires us to connect to other servers that might be in affected areas. So we're kind of stuck. You know what I mean? Yeah, dipped out. Yeah. I have to imagine that's probably going to happen for the next week or so at random intervals. I was talking about Minecraft. I don't know where it dipped out. But I was talking about Minecraft and Stardew Valley. But then I said, yeah, don't plant or don't build structures up around trees like this. It's not good for the tree because a tree is going to grow and expand, and then it's going to break, going to harm the tree and affect its growth, and it's going to break whatever structure you've planted around it. So don't do this. This is stupid what they've done here. People forget trees are living things, I think, a lot of the time. That's going to cost you a lot of money in repairs when the tree expands and starts breaking your deck. It's a tough angle to get. Jesus. That's beyond dirt. I don't know what that is. Hey, we've come full circle. We're back around to the spiral staircase, whatever. That's the grodiest I've seen anything yet. Just washing this place off. Damn. That's going to be the problem areas. When we go in for that tiny little 1% where we can't find the dirt, it's going to be there. It's going to be in these little nooks. Almost. There it is. Look at that. I think that's the entire deck. Let me go check. We still need to get the underbelly, but I think that's the entire top portion. Yeah, look. We finished the whole top portion. Okay, look at me go, my bad self. Now for this annoying fence. I still want to go over and check out that waterfall. I've been thinking lately, we need to go and we need to go and see a waterfall IRL for the vlogs on the channel. I haven't done that yet. It's been something that's been on my to-do list since the very first vlog I ever put up. I was like, we need to go see a waterfall. And there's tons. Not only in my state are there a bunch, but there's a bunch in surrounding states. I just need to go to one day. I also need to keep working on getting my mobility back up to snuff, where I'm not winded after walking for 10 minutes, you know? I kid. I'm not really winded after. I forget some people probably might take that literally. No, I can walk around for a while. It's just I'm fat and it sucks, you know. Yeah, I thought about that the other day. I make a lot of mobility jokes at my own expense. I make a lot of fat jokes at my own expense. Because I do a lot of self-deprecation on my channel, and I forget that people might not know that I'm joking. They might take it serious. No, I'm fat, but I'm mobile. It still sucks, though. My knees are shot. My back is shot. Ankles are shot. Now my elbows are giving me trouble. That's new. I think that's just a getting older thing, though. I don't think the elbows have anything to do with my weight. I think I'm just getting old. Eyesight ain't what it used to be, which is a son of a bitch. I've had 20/20 vision my entire life. I got tested as a kid. I'm on the interstate doing 80 miles an hour and spotting pennies and dimes. That's how good my eyesight is. Or was. Now I can still see clearly. I can still see plain as day. I don't have any blurred vision or anything like that. But I can tell that my eyes are over 40 now. They are starting to get a little bit tired. I can't read print as tiny as I used to be able to read it. You know what I mean? Like I could sit over there on the couch across the room and still see small text on the screen. But some days are better than others, and some days I won't be able to see it, and I'll have to turn on the on-screen keyboard or on-screen magnifier. So it varies. And again, I've been told multiple things. I've been told it's just because you're getting older. I've been told it's the diabetes. I've been told it's sleep apnea. I don't even 100% know for a fact that I have diabetes. The doctor ran a blood test and said that I do, but I want that double checked. I think maybe pre-diabetic. Because I don't ever get sick from it, and I don't ever have to take anything for it. I'm thinking pre-diabetic. My doctor was starting to get a little wonky there leading up to her retirement. She retired last year. And I don't even know if it was like a forced retirement or she did it on her own. But the last time I saw her, they kept me waiting for 3 hours. That's not normal in the US. Canada, yeah. US, no. You might wait at the doctor an hour, hour and a half at best. That's a normal visit time. I was there for over 3 hours waiting. Nobody came in and talked to me. Nobody checked on me. They just put me in the little back room and left me there for 3 hours. 3 whole hours. I was just in that little back room. At the 3 hour mark, I got up and walked out, and I was like, hello? I was like, did something happen? Is there a problem? Did they forget about me? And the kicker is, I was only there for a checkup, just to get prescriptions refilled. I wasn't even sick or anything. It would have taken all of 5 seconds to come in and talk to me. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking they kind of forced her retirement after that. And I haven't been back since, because even though I have a lot of, I got a lot of medical stuff tied to my weight and whatnot, but I'm more or less not, I don't really need to go to the doctor super regularly. No more or less than any other person my age. Knock on wood. But, yeah, I'll be very interested to get some new tests done with a new doctor. I will need to go back in a month or two. Just to touch base. It's such a pretty day outside. I want to go outside, but it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which is below 0 Celsius. I don't know exactly what it is Celsius, but it's below zero. So it's below freezing. Any standing water out there is going to be ice. We were very fortunate here in central Alabama with this huge ice winter weather storm that pretty much took most of the country by storm. Central United States and southern United States, East Coast, Northeast. There are millions of people without power, people snowed in, iced in, can't get anywhere. Hope they're all enjoying that milk and bread they bought. It's got other countries laughing at them. We don't do that shit. My family doesn't play that game. If we think for a second we're going to be snowed in or something, which never happens, you know how often it's happened? Once. In my life, we've only ever been snowed in without power once. And that was the storm of the century in 1993 or 2. And they said that was a freak storm that you won't see again for centuries. It's got a whole Wikipedia page if you want to look it up. But yeah, I have some memories of it. I remember us being snowed in, and we were all electric. We didn't have gas back then, so I remember being evacuated. They came and picked us up and took us across town to my grandmother's house. The roads were impassable. It had to be like a four-wheel drive vehicle. It's funny, I mentioned it recently to my dad, and I was like, didn't the National Guard come out and get us? And I can't remember if it was the National Guard, but he said it was our neighbor in a Jeep. But I don't know if he's remembering wrong or if I'm remembering wrong. I'll have to ask him again and see, because I always remember it being the military or National Guard or whatever, because they were evacuating people who were without power. But yeah, that's only ever happened once. We just live too far south for that kind of shenanigan. For those shenanigans to be that common. They're hard to see. All right, I can remove it with the orange one. It just has to be concentrated and move very slowly. I was thinking about doing a thing if they had a winter weather stage that's not necessarily Christmas themed. But then I remembered I have to finish this stage first. So that's why we're here today doing this. Yeah, Tyler is still without power. They got hit pretty hard with ice. They have no electricity. And probably won't for days. Which I don't know that I don't know that I could do that. I'd have to go somewhere. I'd have to find a hotel or something that had power. Which ironically, that's what his wife and stepdaughter did. They went and got her grandmother and took her to a hotel. And then Tyler stayed behind to look after the pets and for work. Yeah, but Tennessee apparently got hit real hard by the ice. Why can't I move? What am I stuck on? What am I stuck? No. Okay. Let me duck down and find any missing spots on this thing. I really want this part to be done. I'm not seeing any dirt, so why is it not complete? Oh. Oh. Wait, is this considered part of this thing? Like, is this metal all one piece? Because if it is, oh my god. I think that did it. I think it was all one piece. Well, just take a moment to clear the rest of the roof then. This guy's still texting me missing link facts. Dude, Bigfoot is not real. We started off earlier doing the underneath part of the deck, and then somehow just transitioned to being up here on the roof. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. I still have to go back down there and finish that too. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see this spot over here. Is that all of the roof? I think the roof is in sections too, because I'm still seeing some orange here and there when I hit the hint button. Let's see. There be orange. There be orange. There. Oh my god. Oh my god. I missed a huge area. Oh god. Not me thinking I was done with the roof. Wow. Wow. The delusions of it all. I miss Animal Crossing. There's nothing to do in Animal Crossing at the moment either. That's the sucky part. We'd started Wild World, but I decided to cancel that. It's just too much Animal Crossing of like too much repetitive Animal Crossing. We already had we finished the game. Well, we were forced to finish the GameCube playthrough because I lost the save file. That was years ago. And then we did New Horizons, and now we're working on New Leaf, and I think I need to not play every Animal Crossing because more or less every Animal Crossing is just Animal Crossing. Unless the game takes a big enough leap forward, I don't see the need to do a quote unquote playthrough on YouTube for H1. So I think we'll just continue to work on New Leaf for a while. Finish up the museum in there, work on our house. You gonna play some Breath of the Wild? You gave away Smash Bros. Ultimate? Eh, I don't blame you. It is honestly my least favorite Smash Brothers. That's why I'm hoping when we get Smash Brothers for the Switch 2, it's a brand new Smash Brothers built from the ground up, and it's not just like a remaster of Ultimate with new characters and stages. Please let it be new from the ground up. And please don't add 47 Fire Emblem fucking characters. Hey, there's a gnome. Yeah, I have very, very heated opinions about Smash Brothers Ultimate and its roster. They're not really shared amongst a lot of other people. Honestly, my favorite's going to have to be either Brawl or Smash Brothers 3DS. Those are my two favorites. Outside of the 64 version, of course. That 64 version has charm that is not ever going to be recaptured in Smash Brothers. You're just not recapturing. Because a lot of what makes the N64 games charming, just in general, in a vacuum on their own, it's the graphics, the sound quality. You know? What makes it my favorite console. And it's funny, I've wondered for years, well, what's Eric's favorite console? I don't know. Is it the NES? No. GameCube? Maybe. I don't know. Because a lot of times when people ask me what my favorite console is, I immediately say, well, I don't really know. I like a bunch of them. It's easier for me to tell you which ones I hate than I like, because I like so many of them. Oh, that sucks. So they got him some games that he was not interested in. Yeah, I feel really bad when there's a disconnect between parents and their kids, and like the kid will tell them what they want, and then the parents don't bother to get it for them. They get something else instead. Hey, that's always unfortunate and cringe when that happens. But hey, he wanted it. You made his day. I can't say I wouldn't have done the same, honestly. I probably would have done the same thing. Made his whole life. Yeah. That's the important thing. Making somebody else happy, making their day better. That's always my top priority, too. I loaned my copy of Metroid Prime 3, or Prime 3, Prime 4 to Thomas for him to play. He just finished it up yesterday, I think. So I got to go get that from him. Switch games are too expensive. We're having to share. You also gave him an SD card. You know what? I still need to get an SD card for my Switch too. They're just too darn expensive. Too daggum expensive. I see you, Dirt. I see you hanging out right there. Ooh, he sold all his handhelds recently. What happened? I even hold up. I can't jump while I'm down here. There we go. All right, I got to move the platform. Ain't too many to keep up with. That's fair. I'll be honest with you. With emulation, I just didn't see the point back in the day of keeping physical copies of everything. You know what's funny? Changing topics here for just a second because I saw what I thought was the FedEx truck, but it wasn't. When I was a kid growing up, the only truck you ever saw was the mail van. Those little van, the classic cliche mail square vans. Um, that's all you ever saw. If you ever saw a FedEx truck or a UPS truck in your neighborhood and not like in a city, that was rare. That was a treat. You were like, oh, somebody's getting a package. I hope it's me. It was never us. Back then, you didn't order anything. There was no internet. You weren't ordering anything online. Um, when I was a kid growing up, to order something meant doing it out of a magazine. You would have to actually fill out paper, put a check in there, mail it away, wait 6 to 8 weeks. Then they would mail your item out. So I did that never. It was a very different world I grew up in as a kid. And I never saw the FedEx trucks or UPS trucks out here where I live almost ever. Now, they come down my road daily, sometimes multiple times a day, depending on whether they've screwed something up. And it's odd. It's kind of hard for me to wrap my brain around seeing them so often, you know. I still will mention it every time. Hey, there goes FedEx. Hey, there goes UPS. I do it on stream. Like, you go back and look at any of my recent streams, and because it's something we grew up doing. Like, hey, look, it's the FedEx truck or UPS. I wonder who's getting a package. It was just a thing. It was a whole event when somebody in your neighborhood got a package, because it was just not common whatsoever. You know, it's weird. The world is weird that I live in now. It's. I was thinking about this too the other night as I was laying down going to sleep. We've spent more time now in the 21st century than the 20th century. Because I was the year 2000. I'm in 16. Is this game of skill? Nah, not really. Not really. Oh, damn, did I miss a spot? Oh, hold up. Can I reach that from here? Yay, I can reach it from here. Nice. You got back on Animal Crossing? I was just talking about Animal Crossing earlier. I can't wait till spring and we get back on Animal Crossing. I think we might get back on some Minecraft too. We kind of abandoned our dino world. Play to the point. No, I haven't played the update yet. I'm thinking about it. Might be fun to do the whole hotel thing. So maybe. 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 There might be a spring thing though. Because like at the moment I have no room for any more games. My plate is full. I cannot afford to add something new to the lineup. Okay. Make sure I got everything on this side. And then we got to move it. The NES GameCube versions we could play. Oh yeah, I saw that. That was the thing they did in the GameCube Animal Crossing. You could actually get a little NES and play NES games, and then they took that out in future Animal Crossing games. New Legend of Zelda. Ooh, yeah, there's new items too. Yeah, we'll have to get. You know what? We'll probably get back to it soon enough. There is enough content there that warrants going back. Honestly, I think the hotel stuff is fun too. Oh, it's going to be very hard to place. All right, let me go see. No, I want to go to the waterfall. Not invisible boundary. No. No. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought it was a little mushrooms. That reaches so far. But I will have to go down there and do that portion. Oh, Lord. I still have to do the whole outside. Oh, yeah. Decorating the hotel is going to be hilarious. That's going to be fun. And we can order anything from the catalog, which we spent a long time filling up. So, and I think we had a lot of savings. I think we were able to I think we had a lot of money. All my villagers are going to be pissed. They're going to be like, and where the hell have you been? Living my life in other places? Sorry. I don't just live in your universe, Animal Crossing people. I have many, many different universes that I pop in and out of. I apologize if that offends you greatly. But I am a reality jumper. It's a real shame that Jumper didn't do better as a movie. I wanted to see more of that universe. The hell's that? I have heard that noise on and off while we've been cleaning this place. I don't know if it's a bug. I have to assume it's some sort of bug. Oh shit, we broke the 90 percentile. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, that's light filtering in from the tree. I was like, what? Why is that not coming off? It's because it's not dirt. What's all this now? Yay, my package is shipping. Yes. Yes. Saw that they were having a sale at Best Buy. I got myself a new one of those large takes up your whole desk mouse pads. I don't know what to call them. It's a yellow one with Pikachu on it. I think I put that in the deals and sell section of the Discord. It was on sale for $9. So I grabbed it. I'm assuming that it's like originally a TCG map for the Pokemon game, but it also doubles as a mouse pad. So got it. I liked it. I like yellow and I like Pikachu, so I got it. I know that I'm trying my best not to spend any money or buy anything, but I don't know. It got the better of me and I had to have it. I had to. Desk mat. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why my brain wasn't thinking. Of course, it does that a lot. Damn. Finds all sorts of places to hide. Oh, wow. Look at that. To get rid of the Animal Crossing here. Yeah, I did. I I second guessed myself on doing the whole Villager of the Day thing because I've done Pokemon of the Day now for over 3 years, and it was nice having a break. It was nice not trying to scramble every night at midnight or do it when I first wake up. So I think I'm kind of over posting daily posts for a while. I will pick up Pokemon of the Day again when Gen 10 comes out, but I think I'm done for now, you know. It was fun while it lasted, but we simply ran out of Pokemon. Now, if we need an Animal Crossing section specifically because people just want to post Animal Crossing stuff, like if there's a demand for it, I'll make one, but it felt a little forced. I don't think people talk about Animal Crossing enough in the Discord to warrant a whole channel for it. You think Gen 10 is going to be ass? I hope not. I really, really hope not. Because I've already put my foot down and I said, listen, Game Freak, you've screwed me. You keep screwing me. You got one chance left not to screw me. One. I'm giving you one. You've had many chances at this point. You know, it's like punishing a child. They're a child, so you go easy on them, kinda. You don't, punish them the same that you would an adult because you know they're stupid and their brain hasn't formed yet. So it's like, okay, you screwed me, but I'll give you another chance. Okay, you screwed me again. Okay, well this, and then they screw you again. It's like, okay, this isn't funny anymore. This is like the fifth time. They're out of chances. Gen 10 better tickle me or I'm fucking done. They better make me giddy and happy. Because I'm over their fuck shit. Their greed. I'm over it. 2 mil vans? Wow. Never seen that before. Yeah, I noticed that they what's funny about the hang on a second. I don't know what's happening outside with the mail. Hmm. That's weird. Yeah, with Pokemon, I think Scarlet and Violet was the first game where I started to notice that there was a huge disconnect between the random NPCs that just walk around the towns and the actual characters that play a role in the story. The actual NPCs that just walk around town and exist look like human beings. The overly exaggerated, terrible J pop Japanese anime characters that you're forced to either be or interact with look vastly different and don't look human. And this is going to come off incredibly racist, but I've never said this on my channel before, and I just have to say it and get it off my chest because I've always wanted to say this publicly, but I always, refrain from saying this publicly. Why do anime characters have giant fucking eyes? Are they overcompensating for their eyes? And there's your racism for the day. I know somebody once told me it had to do with keeping the characters expressive and being able to really like show emotion. It had something to do with oh, the stream ended and came back. Yeah, I think it's the weather. I think as I say something terrible, the stream disconnects. It's reconnecting. All right. We'll give it a minute. I'll stare at the sky so I know where to edit this. My internet may be out. I think we're back. Yeah, I have to assume that it's the weather is I have to assume that the weather is causing issues. Because that's not the first time today my stream is like ended and come back. But it cut out. I was saying something terrible. No, I was making a racist joke. I said, why do anime characters have giant eyes? Are the Japanese overcompensating for their eyes? Um, which is a joke I made when I was a teenager. And I've always, it's how I feel. So if I get canceled for that opinion, I get canceled for it. But I would rather say something terrible instead of trying to pretend that I'm not really terrible. But no, the way I've had it explained to me is it's about being expressive is so they can show the different various expressions. Because cartoon characters, it can be a little difficult with cartoon characters. With cartoon characters in general, it can be difficult to show emotion. So, however you can do it and get away with it, the better. I've also been told by many people that it's like a cuteness thing. The larger the eyes, the cuter the thing. We see this in nature with the animals that we like versus the animals we don't like. Or the animals we think are cute versus the animals we don't think are cute. It's all in the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. You know what I mean? That whole thing. Like, the eyes are very important when it comes to showing emotion and expressing or expression. So it does bother me though. It's I'm not a fan of the way anime looks. It's probably why I don't watch anime. I don't know. I tell people I don't like anime and they act like I've killed their mother. That's cool that you like it. I'm not saying I don't want to take it away from you. I just don't give a shit. I've seen a few really good animes in my time, and I'm cool with that. I'm fine just leaving it be at that. You know, as a medium, I just don't find it that intriguing. Yeah, I think it's the weather. Because even though we're fine here where I live, you got to figure that crews are out there in different states trying to put everything back together. And I don't know where Twitch's server is that I connect to. I don't know what state it's in. I don't even know where Twitch's headquarters are. I don't know where Amazon's headquarters are. I don't know where any of these companies are located. I'd guess randomly California? These steps are taking forever. Okay. Well, that's all the major parts. Now I just got to find out where the dirt is missing. I mean, what parts I'm missing? Where's the dirt? Really? It's going to be the stupid banister. Yep. You know, it just dawned on me. I bet it's up underneath it too. I'm gonna have to really like hands and knees it for this portion. Okay, let me see. Got down real, get in there real tight. Yeah. I can't move for some fucking reason. Little bitch, you're gonna have to move down the stairs crouched if you want me to finish this. God damn it to hell. God damn, the Amazon Prime van is flying down my street. Even UPS and FedEx don't fly like that. I can't move. There's got to be something. It's got to be underneath, right? It can't just be where. Oh, the entirety of the outside. Oh. Oh. Shit. Well, um, Sword and Shield were okay. I'm sure I had my complaints back in the day. My complaints were mostly with the graphics, I think, more than anything else, which I've relented on. Over time, I've kind of decided to let that go. The N64 trees still bother me. I still think it's graphically like not up to snuff. But oh my god, does it have nothing on how awful Violet and Scarlet were. I No, I did not like Scarlet and Violet. I did not. I honestly think they are, until Legend ZA came out, I think they were the worst Pokemon games ever made. Now I think Legend ZA is the worst Pokemon game ever made. Like I said earlier in my previous rant, they keep getting worse. They're not good games. Pokemon's not been good in a long time, and I'm trying my best not to be too anal about it. You know, I try to say, look, game development is hard. I'm sure a lot of people are working really hard and doing their best. And I struggle with that. I struggle with criticism versus just being negative for the sake of being negative because something didn't meet my expectations. You know what I mean? Scarlet and Violet had too many issues for me to give it a pass. Like, I just cannot give it a pass. And I won't. It was awful. And I would not recommend it to anybody who, if they ask my opinion on which Pokemon games I should recommend. No, don't fucking play it. It was terrible. For me personally, the only reason that I keep buying and playing these terrible Pokemon games, it's not for the experience, it's for the living decks. And that's where they get you. That's how Game Freak has me by the balls at the moment. Because I'm working on a living dex and I want one of every Pokemon in my collection and home so that I can actually put them in future games. They're screwing me that way. Oh god, this is way too far away. They're screwing me that way. They know that we will keep buying terrible games and we'll keep coming back for more and more, regardless of how good the quality is or isn't, because we want to, catch them all. That old angle. And they're not wrong. I do want to catch them all. And Scarlet way better than Sword and Shield. That's where I disagree. That's where I wholeheartedly disagree with you. The graphics in Scarlet and Violet were not great. I think they were awful. As far as like the 3D models, they're way better. The Pokemon, I will say that much. For whatever reason, in Scarlet and Violet, they broke down and completely redid all of the 3D models for the Pokemon. They're not even remotely the same creatures between Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. And it's funny because in Sword and Shield, it looked like they were still using the same models they made for the 3DS games, which again, when X and Y came out on the 3DS, Game Freak was switching over from 2D sprites to 3D models. So they had to 3D model every single Pokemon, which can't be a small feat. That just can't be a small job. So again, when I bitch about Pokemon, I'm already taking into account that game development is hard. Like making anything, making movies, TV, whatever it might be. People work on this stuff for years of their lives to make a good product, to make something entertaining. I consider all of that before I open my mouth. I'm not trying to take any hard work or accomplishments away from developers. But there are things like crunch time, companies wanting to speed things up and like, well, we got to get this product out if we're going to make our profit quotas and blah, blah, blah. And it really affects the product in the end. It affects whatever the art is that you're trying to do, whether it be, I don't know, a video game or a TV show, whatever it might happen to be. It's going to suffer because the parent company is putting profits over the product itself. There's a whole fucking section over there undone. And, we already have to deal with shrinkflation. We already have to do with plan obsolescence. Is that the word I'm thinking of? Basically, companies now make stuff to break. They make stuff to not last long. They do it on purpose so they can sell you another one in 5 to 10 years. Now, in video games, you can't do that necessarily straight up. Like, it's not like making a blender that's going to break down in 5 years. You know what I mean? It's a whole different thing. So the company's got to figure out a way to keep you coming back for product after product. And Jesus Christ, I missed this whole section right here. Now, I really liked Legends Arceus. I really did. I thought it was great. I thought it was a nice way to change up the formula and give us something new and exciting. I had zero complaints with that game. Even if I might have had something to complain about at the time while playing it, looking back in hindsight, I have zero complaints. Because see, I used to complain about I used to be a complaining I used to be a detractor for X and Y, Sun and Moon, all those games. I guess you can say for me personally, the last Pokemon game I really thoroughly enjoyed was probably Black and White 2. And anything after that kind of felt like it wasn't living up to there was no quality control, or it felt rushed and cynical as a product. Or just that, it felt like a product. Um, but I don't know. Mm, what can you do at the end of the day? Move on, I guess. Which is like I was saying a minute ago. They got one chance left, and then they're just gonna lose me completely for a while until they get good again. The only concern I have with that is, let's say that Gen 10 sucks and I put my foot down and walk away from Pokemon. And then a few, some years down the road, Pokemon really gets good again and I get super excited for it again. I'm going to be missing all those Pokemon in between for my living decks. And then I'm going to have to go back and play all those terrible games just to get those Pokemon. So if you're wondering why, like, hey, Eric, why are you complaining about all these Pokemon games, but you keep playing them? Because of that. I keep wanting them to be good, and I know that I'm going to want the missing Pokemon for my living decks eventually. So, over a barrel, they have me. But not forever. Even I have my limits. I have me limits, The stupid camera is in the way. I can't really put this down where I need to put it. Ooh, hold up, yeah, I can. Oh, cool. I can put it right here. Yeah, now I can reach. Kinda. Oops. Oops. Also, I will say this. It's not healthy for you to complain all the time. It's not healthy for you to complain about the same stuff all the time. Like at a certain point, you need to just like separate entirely. And that's something that I'm looking into for myself. Studies have shown that a person who's just negative all the time is doing huge amounts of damage to their brain. And I have spent years being a negative Nancy. Trust and believe. I've probably done untold damage to my brain being a negative ass Nancy. And a lot of times it's for no reason other than to just hear myself bitch. No, but more realistically, it's I think if you had to break it down and look at it, it's like forced enjoyment. Like, just because I enjoyed something years ago or when I was a kid doesn't mean I'm going to still enjoy it as an adult. And I think I have a hard time accepting that. I think I have a hard time letting it go. I think there's definitely some fears there of letting something go. Well, you say rage baiting, but you're not wrong. Like you're 100% right, though. That's the thing. Like, let it go. It's that simple. Just let it go. But for whatever reason, I just don't. That's no excuse, though. Not letting something go that you don't like anymore, or that's not good for you, or that you have a toxic relationship with, not letting go of it just because reasons is not good enough. Like relationships with people, I guess. in a way. Stay with somebody just because it's easy or convenient, even though you're toxic couple or whatever. Yeah, no. No, not good. Don't do that. Damn. All the pings. This game's going to make me go around now and do all of the outside. You want to talk about rage bait? Because I'll have to move this every 2 feet. Like I'll have to move it, go up, move it, go up, move it, go up. Unless I play smarter and not harder. I could do this. I can't really tell what's orange and what's the sun. Yeah, okay, I can do it this way without having to move the thing. Hopefully. Oh, Lord. No, that's a huge section. No. Let me get the thing. Let me get the scaffolding. Wow, I missed a huge spot. Dun, 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 dun. God, it sounds so intense every time I set it down. How did I miss this? Shit. Hey, nice. It pinged for me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Now you can dare. I would like to know how I moved this entire thing, but I'm a little lonesome. Okay. Fuck me, I still see dirt up there. Lord. The cleanup effort is going to be a nightmare. We're at 99%. Eh. Okay. Oh, yep, there we go. Where else do we have orange? Here we go. Where else? See a spot right there. Where? Where? Ah, right there. You thought you could hide from me. But you were wrong. You dirty spot. That's a pretty big spot to miss, though. I gotta lie. Aha. Okay. Take a look around. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. How did I miss this much on the door? Better go around. Attack it from both sides. All right. It always amazes me how I miss such a huge spot. Hmm. Where might there be dirt hiding? Where are you, dirt? Hmm. I'm looking. Do it this way. Oh, wow, there's a lot. Okay. Lower house walls. Let's see. I guess I kind of missed under the windows there, didn't I? Yeah, that'll do it. Lower house walls, though. Okay. Where am I missing a spot? Middle deck rim joists. Fuck is that? Okay. What are next? Upper deck joists. Not seeing any. Gotta sit up a little bit. 2.5 hours. Well, nothing's glowing. Like, perhaps it's underneath. Yeah. There it is. See it. See it glowing. See the dirt, but I see this. Okay, where? Where? Oh, it's gonna be even the other side, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You shut bitch. Well, how? I was gonna say it's stuck between a tree. Window frames, really? Looks like everything left might be on the house. Okay. Fine. Window frames. We'll give it all the window frames a hard wash. We'll start with the window frames. We'll find the ones that need it. Oh, get down from there. It's this one, apparently. How are you still dirty? Erg. Erg. Window window frame still? Okay. Well, there's that buzzing sound again. Okay. Ooh, don't fall. Yeah, takes care of the window frames. I think that literally just leaves the one thing. Bam! Upper house walls. Fun. Where? What part? You say upper wall, but I don't see anything dirty. Or glowing for that matter. Like the hint system is not telling me where. You have to tell me where. I guess it's going to be real subtle about it. All right. Yeah, that doesn't work when the house is the same color as the hint system. Or yeah. Yeah, they didn't think this through. Where? How do I have crusty in my eye? How? Okay. What even is that sleepy, that crust you get? What is that? People call it, I have sleep in my eye. What is that stuff? What is that gross crust? I think I remember Googling it one time and it said it's just dirt and debris that your eye gets rid of while you sleep, like it cleans your eyes. Okay. I'm not seeing any dirt anywhere. Spamming the hint button. I am not seeing things. Probably going to be up under an eave somewhere, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Upper house walls. Upper house walls. Upper house wall. Where? 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 You have to tell me where specifically. Where specifically? Does anybody see anything? Where? Where? Oh, this panel's glowing. Hard to see, but it's there. Every time. It's always some little spot somewhere that you would never be able to figure out. No! Look at me go! There was no method to the madness. I'd go up, then I go down, then I go up, then I go down. You've spruced the spruce.